Hey, what's going on everybody? So today we are going to do something that we should have done a long time ago for organization in the shop. And if you have been in the woodworking game for any length of time, you have always heard that you cannot have enough clamps. So I got this big empty sustainer that I've had, and if we dump it out, we have just a handful of the clamps I have. These are just the small ones. Everything else is strode all over the place. So today we are going to make organization for all these clamps right behind you. So let's get to it. So the first step of this process is we are going to organize everything we got, so we kind of know what kind of shelf or organizational bracket need to be for each clamp. So now that we got everything laid out, we are going to basically go through each part and make its individual clamp for each thing. The one thing I am gonna do is probably leave a lot of space open on these mounts. One, because I don't think I found all my clamps, so I think I have more in this. And two, like I said at the beginning, you can never have enough clamps, so chances are I will be buying more. So obviously we need to leave some space for when I get more of each individual thing. So let's start with the easy ones. So those are done right there. So it just slides on, just like that. And these are so simple. If I do get more of these clamps down the line, which I think I've already lost some. So there's that one, and you know, for the larger ones, and then these plasticer ones. So that's done. Let's set that aside and move to the next. So for these bandy clamps, I want them to squeeze on the thing rather than, because they'll get in the, you know, it's hard for it to sit on a thing like the other. So I'm gonna do the same basic concept I did as the first ones for this, but instead of a round peg, it's gonna be square or rectangular, just slightly so they can squeeze on. Seeing as the only difference is the square rather than the round, no point in showing you that whole process. So let's do those real fast. Okay, those are done. Again, they are rectangle instead of round. I made it just long enough for the 4 large ones I have. So there's that. And then I only have 2 of these small ones. So I have space on this one to get some more. So done with those, let's put them in the pipe. For all my Irwin squeeze clamps, I think what I'm gonna do is I have some pipe left over. The idea is these will stay open just a little bit and the pipe will catch right there and they can hang. So I should be able to hang all these from the big ones all the way to the small ones on one long rack. So. So I don't have a drill bit for that pipe, so I measured it with the calipers and then halved it. And so now I'm going to take my compass and just line it up so that it is even if it's a little bigger, that's not bad. The same size. Put it on here. And then draw my circle.
So now we're gonna go over here to my drill press cart where I built this. If you haven't seen this video, go check it out. But I keep all my things for my screws. And I'm gonna use these. So grab a few. Now that we got those done, we have to figure out how long to cut the pipe. And all we got left is the pipe clamps. These, which I think are going to be a similar concept to that. So on these, I didn't really show how to do them. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Two pieces put together. It doesn't have the slot like it did for the Irwin clamp. And then the 4 screws in each piece. Use CA glue and brad nails to attach it. But I made sure this measurement was less than what is inside of the screws.
So a little tip, unless you have like a Jimmy DeResta size bandsaw, only draw your lines on half and then flip it and do the other half, because the table saw, I mean the regular 17-inch bandsaw doesn't have the distance to do this whole thing. So instead of flipping it and redrawing all those lines, I'm just using the jigsaw. And if we pick it up, it's kind of heavy, but there we go. So the next one we'll go ahead and do these first before the other ones. These are some of my favorite clamps that I use the most. Unfortunately, I only have 3 because they are not cheap. But gluing up panels, I will not use pipe clamps for panels anymore because these are the best. I will plan on getting more, so we need to make sure we have plenty of space. I think these need to be a similar thing, but I think I am going to double up that plywood because these are so heavy. And we need to figure out how wide this is. So almost 400 thousandths. So let's see what we got that is around that. Let's check the drill press cabinet to see what drill bits I got. I don't think I have any drill bits besides in here. That's 3/8 is not going to be big enough, and then 1/2 inch is too big. So let's look at my paddle bits. And I made a video of this. If you haven't seen it, I will link it. Go check it out. You can store them. It also comes out if you need to move it, and it folds down when you need to close it. But I think 7/16 is going to be just a little bit larger than what we need. Yep, and that will leave a little bit of wiggle room. So we're going to use this one. Now that all the holes are drilled, we're going to connect from the edge and cut these out on the bandsaw. So since you've already seen me do that just on a smaller version, I'm not going to show you. I'll knock that out real fast. So I wasn't going to show this because it's the same as the other. So the only difference is obviously this is thicker. So instead of putting a screw in the middle and separating those pieces, I'm going to put longer screws and I'm going to alternate through from the bottom one to the top. So there it is with all the screws in it. And see if I can back you up a little bit so you can see how this is going to work. So they're going to go in just like, this is heavy, so, but just like that. So last clamps we have to do are the pipe clamps. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but to me, this handle part right here is threaded in there pretty good. So I don't think that's gonna go anywhere, nor is this one by itself really that heavy. My only reason of doing this is because I can get them really high out of the way, and because they're not actually squeezed on anything, I can pick them up and take them off by that, and that way they're not, because I don't use this that much. I can put them up real high and kind of get them all out of the way. So something I did do is I made this smaller and decided to go a different route, because if all these are sideways, 6 of those, that's going to be like a pretty big mount, and I only have 6 of these, so they don't need to be that big. So I'm thinking about making it this way and get my Dremel tool and slot out a little groove so this back piece sits in there flush. Okay, so don't laugh. It does work. So you're never going to see it once it's up there, but it does work and captures the thing. That way it sits. So it's in a little groove so it can't come out. Now that all of the brackets are done, we're going to go ahead and pre-drill for attaching it to the wall. So now the pipe clamps are up there. I can still grab them and get them down right here and put it back up just like that. Those little grooves that I cut in there I think are perfect. They're holding them in. But now that gets those up out of the way. That is the clamp wall. As you can see, I think it's pretty good. It's in a small area. I don't know what I'm going to do up there eventually, but everything is in reach, or at least for me it is. And I don't really use the pipe clamps that much, so they're really out of the way. I did go back and add the screws in all the other places after I made sure it was where I wanted them. But guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. So I think y'all kind of like the shop projects. There's cards, and at the end screen you'll see, other shop projects if you're interested in those. But if you like this, click thumbs up. If you know anyone else that's got a shop and got a lot of clamps but they don't store them, send them this video, give them some ideas of what they can do. And if y'all haven't subscribed, please think about doing that. We are almost at 10,000, which is crazy. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all on the next video.